How are you, my brothers? How are you, my sisters from all over the world? This day, I have decided to talk about one of the biggest conversations, how Somalis gather their wealth, how they were able to accumulate these riches. And again, I'm the perfect guy to narrate this story. Not only this story, but also in its perfect tone and way. If I say I'm going to talk about it, if I say I'm going to talk about this topic, I have enough of it. I am very familiar with it, and you will know that I'm not just talking for the sake of talking. I know and I'm familiar with the topic, and you will know this through the course of this video. Guys, let's talk about a Somali guy. Uneducated, very difficult guy. Right from when he was born, he was taught to pray. He was told, "Ma khalaqtul jinna wal insa illa liya'budun." That's what the Quran says. I did not create jinns and humans other than to worship me. That's all that he has ever known. He prays 5 times a day. He prays what? 5 times a day. Then the guy, he doesn't have any formal education to rely on. He can't get a white-collar job. He can't become a military. He can't become a police. Then he goes into the world. The demands are very high. Nothing is given on a silver platter. The guy goes into the world. He's thrown into the world. He stands up, he falls. He stands up, he falls. And actually, there's a routine that he follows every single day. He prays. The guy prays 5 times a day. This is actually the purpose. According to the Somalis, the purpose is to pray. The purpose is to worship God. The purpose is to pay charity. The purpose is to perform Hajj. That is in service. The whole purpose they're here for is to be in service to God, to serve God. Then they will tell you, after you serving God, whenever you seek an advice from a Somali and you are a fellow Somali, he finds you very broke. He finds you degraded. He finds you weak, emotionally weak. He finds you whatever situation he finds you in. If it is miserable, he will tell you, bro, do you pray? That is the first question they will ask you. Do you pray? It's actually very absurd. Because we have this mindset of that prayer cannot solve problems. So he tells you, do you pray? And then you tell him no. Then he will tell you, bro, all you have to do is pray. All you have to do is what? You pray. And then he tells you whenever you pray, and then you tell him, and then what next? Then he tells you, wake up every morning. Whenever you pray in the morning, do not go back to the sleep. That's what they tell you. Do not. It's actually very complicated to understand, guys. Until you get to a certain age and you learn something new. What is it? You learn that the whole purpose was to worship God again and again. And then when you have put God first, this is what they have. This is the secret that they have cracked. They put God first. Then after God, they put a plate behind the purpose, which was to worship God. This plate is according to what they can. It's either big or small. The bigger it is, the bigger the blessings they will receive. The smaller it is, the smaller the blessings they will receive. So that one now you can connect. You pray, you have the purpose of serving God first. Then you signal, you take an action, and you do something. That is when the real intelligence comes, guys. I don't know if you have read about it, if you know about it, but there's an intelligence that we really don't even know. It is not in any form. And this is how it comes. For us, we have always been taught that you need to plan, you need to do research, you need to worst case scenario, prepare for yourself for worst case scenario, anything that can control, take care of it. They don't do this. They don't have the education to base this to actually work on. So what do? The guy just goes to the mosque, He prays 5 times a day. He fasts when the Ramadan comes. When it comes to charity, he pays if he can. If he cannot, no problem. It's not a burden. And then he just does what? Signaling. He just takes a step. He just takes an action. Then you ask him, my brother, there's actually one guy I found in South Sudan. His name was Abdul Rashid. He's a Somali from Somalia. He told me something that completely changed me. He said, as you are doing something, he said, you really don't have to do anything. All you have to do is, he said, if there was a problem that was going to rise tomorrow, that one, it completely changed me, guys. He said, if there was a problem that will arise tomorrow, and we are here today, he said, the best solution for that problem will be available when that problem unfolds. Wow, 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 wow. And then the whole I vibrated, like my whole body vibrated. I had goosebumps. And whenever you had something, whenever you feel something, whenever you feel goosebumps all over your body, that one is the absolute truth, guys. Absolute. It is the absolute of all. Wow. So that means that whenever there's a problem that's going to come tomorrow, the solution for that problem will be available that the moment that problem is unfolding. The same case applies vice versa to whenever you are into the things, into the problems, whenever you are doing it at that present moment, if something is happening at that present moment, all you have to do is to be very alert and to be attentive, and then you will know that the solution is already there. So this means that me, Somali guy, uneducated, I don't know anything, and all I have to do is to worship God and pray 5 times a day, and then after the papas, I put my I put my blood behind the papas, that is which is signaling or taking action. And then as I'm into every day, as I go into my shop every day, I'm learning something new, guys. Wow, 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 wow. Imagine I'm praying, like you cannot do this without a purpose. You cannot just signal. No, you can do this. You trust something higher than you. You surrender something higher. This purpose that comes first even before feeding, that comes before your legacy, that comes before your fame, that comes before you. Actually, it doesn't suit us as human beings. You know, we are very difficult also. But when you do it, it's like you are giving yourself to God. You are falling into the arms of God. And then what you do, you don't just sit after prayer. No, you signal. You do something. You try to be creative. You do something. And when you do it, as you are doing those things, as you walk into those places every single day, every day, you are learning something new. And whatever you are learning is something that will lead progress after progress after progress. Guys, I also have to tell you something else.